Hello everyone, it's Gigo here and welcome back to another motivational video of building a house here in Ghana. And today we are all the way from Shai Hills, right? So most of you will be familiar with the mountain or the hills views at this location. So we have one of our subscribers who is putting up his dream house, and he we didn't start with this project. The owner has his own team, but getting to the lintel level, he needed the assistant of Efo, who is our carpenter here on the channel. And as I always share, when Efo comes to your site and we see something, which is not right, we always draw the attention of the owner, and together we work and we come up with a solution. So it happens that my contractor, who is Brother Sami, has to come in to straighten up one or two things, which the owner has agreed that we work together with his team to get it done. So that's why we are here. Info brought us to this site, right? But it looks like we will be continuing with this project. We are not taking over completely. We are still working with some of the artisans that the owner started this project with. Example is the steel bender. So our steel bender is not going to work on this project. We'll be using the steel bender of the owner, and that is what Gigo Production Group we stand for, right? So we know we are going to grow. We know that we will need more men, on site. So if we educate or we share what we know with this steel bender, and he does it right, meaning he is also part of the team now. And if we have any jobs, around, we may call him to come and help to let us grow together. That is what we stand for. So as you can see, my contractor is here and he will be coaching both AFO and the steel bender, because there's a lot of things that went wrong with this project. So he has to be on site to get it right. The staircase has to be at this place, but if you look at the height of the blocks also is too less, and it's going to cost the owner a lot, when it comes to the beams, the concrete casting and everything. But I have my engineer on site, so I know he will put it up right. So before we get into today's video, I would like to use this opportunity. Since we are getting to the end of the year, 2024 has been an incredible year, and it is all thanks to you guys, my amazing viewers and subscribers. Your support has been the foundation of everything that we've achieved this year, right? I remember this year I made a prophecy that it's going to be a year of roofing, and we've seen it on the channel. It's been roofing from start to finish. Trust me, the only roofing that I knew was going to happen was the hill project, mine project, and I think this was the only the two roofing project that I knew that we are going to do. But God being on our side, we've done amazing, right, roofing on this project. Next year, I'm looking at, plastering work, which we've already started doing a lot of plastering. And I think we have to, from next year on, we have to see a lot of colors on the channel. I'm also done with the, all the block works. Next year, I'll be skipping a lot of block works. My focus is going to be more of finishes, which is going to be POP, windows, and tiling. That's going to be my target for next year, right? Another thing that I would also like to do next year is to help people try to achieve, their goals in terms of construction, right? So if you are someone who is planning to do something, next year, at least buy a land or get your foundation done, I'm planning of helping, coming in to help people, just like we did for Madam Fatima. So if you've seen the Madam Fatima's project, we got the land for her, and we went through the land documentation, registration, and got, all the way from foundation to the lintel level, right? So for the past 4 years on YouTube, I have been sharing tips and ideas on how to build, step by step process. But what I haven't been doing is to like come in and help, people to achieve that goal. I always talk about it, but I never, put it into practice to help someone, right, beside Madam Fatima, or doing it for myself, right? So, I mean, I have used that strategy and I've acquired a lot of land for myself, right? And also projects that I have started, right? Even though I haven't finished main projects for myself, but I have my personal reasons which one day I might share with you guys. But I mean, I'm getting a lot of good land deals at a very good locations, but I am not interested in lands at this time because I mean, I have enough, right? So what I'm planning to do is to help people who wants to start something, right? Who wants to at least get your foundation done by 2025, right? At least have your land registered and start a foundation by the end of 2025. So I have talked to Mr. Kwete, and we've found some nice strategical locations, right? But then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put all the lands out there scattered. No, I will just pick one location, and when it is sold out, then I move to the next location, right? So that's how I will be. We have a lot of lands, but I don't want to advertise, all of them, because my goal here is to, I mean, I don't want to sell a land for someone who builds his or her house and then the next land is empty and there's nobody there, right? So I'll be going, I mean, I'm looking for lands that, you have your neighbor who is also maybe from the channel, who has the same goal as you, who also want to achieve something in 2025. So both of you can just start your foundation, at the same time. And I mean, within 5 years, I mean, you both of you will at least have your structure so that you don't feel like you are the only one at that location. So, as for now, I have 1 acre of land at Pram Pram, right? It is close to the E.T. Mason's, mother's house. And I mean, I think I have shared that location, on my channel, where we did a fence wall for one of our brothers on the channel. But that was, testing the land and see whether everything was good. I mean, with registration, that is one important thing. If you cannot register your land, then there is a problem. So that's just by the way. But if you are very serious and you really want to achieve something next year, in construction, then this is the channel that you have to pay attention to, because we'll be moving with speed next year. 2025 is a speed year for me, and I want to spread that to my viewers, for holding me down till this far, right? I just want to do this for people that get inspired with all the things that I share on my channel, and I want them to know that it is possible, even though people go through a hard time, but that's not how it's supposed to be. So I just want to set, good example, and that's why I want to come in to, put out this offers and make sure that everything goes well and you will build your dream house in peace, right? So as I said, my first project, which is going to be of the land selling, I have 4 plots, which is like 1 acre, going for sale in Pram Pram. I mean, I'm working on the videos. I'll be posting it. I think maybe 1st of January, I will be posting. I will start that project 1st of January, and I know that that land will go very, very fast, right? If you see the location and where it is, trust me, it will go very fast. So I mean, this is not going to be the only. If you are not able to get this deal, just hold your money. The next one will come, because I'm just, for me, the most important thing is putting up something on the land, because I don't want, I just want to sell for a group of people that they can build together, and have a community together, make their own rules, right? I mean, they can decide not to make, the inner walls try, but rather maybe use, like, plant, to make the walls between the division, and then you have the outside wall, which is going to be the block, right? So that's something that I'm looking at, trying to, let a group of people come together and decide what they want to do in that particular area, right? Maybe they should have the same kind of structure or the same kind of roof thing. That's so it's just going to be fun, right? It's just going to be fun. And I will be happy if, I have people from my channel that understands each other and will come up with that concept. So I'm starting with 1 acre at that location. So watch out for that video, early next year. I think the first week of January, I will post that land. And I know it will go fast. Trust me, I know. When I say it will go fast, I know. So that's just, by the way. So let's get back to today's video.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Gigo Production. You are once welcome to the channel. We are here in Shai Hills project. We don't start it, but for a reason we have to step in. And as we always say, we are one. Efo the carpenter started, but I have to come in because there are some hidden details which I have to explain. So I'm here since the other day to correct things, but for now things are moving very well. Yeah, that is what I can say. So we are taking you through a tour to see what is ongoing. As I told you, we are team. It will be handed over to the steel bender. I have a steel bender already, so we have to, because we use everybody in inclusive. Yeah, Mr. Plumber is here. Everybody is on board. I could see a little thought about the staircase, so I'll let them move it down and then redoing it, because if not, you won't have what you wanted. Yeah. So this will be the family area and the dining, here being the kitchen. So we have the sitting area there, which is a void area. Some of the plumbing wells are off, but that is not what we are discussing. What we meet is this, and it's what we have to continue with. So in all, so far so good. We are managing to get the best out of the design that he has. Though there can be little changes, but still on course. So that is what I may say for now. So I'm coming to make sure the structure works are also being done well, because there are more cantilevers hanging. And when it comes to that, you need more skills to do that. If not, you may be having the structure failure. So though it's a different Stephen, I've come to coach him how to go about so that at least we can have the best out of what we needed. Building is not a day job, it's built for generations. Even you can't reap what you put into it. Because looking at the rent rate, no, you can't get what you want in, but at least you form them here on earth, which you pass on to the generation. So when doing, you don't think of yourself only, and you think of generations to come possessing it, calling your name every day in and out. So that is it. So that is what building is for. Though you enjoy a little, but a greater part, because anything you put in, even when you are renting it out, you can't get the same thing, even with years. No. So at least when you are doing, it's a generational something that you are leaving behind. So at least you have to put all effort to make sure you do the right thing. You come out with the best out of the best. Yeah. So that is what I may say for now. Thank you.
So that was Engineer Sammy for you with the update, and I can see that they've done some adjustment with the staircase, even though it looks a little bit steep. But I mean, this is the space that they have to work with. Like I said, the initial team that started this, there was a lot of problem. There were things that they didn't consider, and I mean, this is what we have, so we have to make good use of it. So I hope that maybe after they've done with the casting, it will get a little bit better. But this is what they could come out with, because the space is a little bit less, right? And this is why it is very important. Sometimes what you see on the paper, the architect, right, they just draw some things, and when you bring it to the ground, sometimes it doesn't really make sense. That's why it's always important that you get the architect and the engineer or the builder to work together, right? If you watch my Madam Fatima's project, you will notice that even the day that we have to do the demarcation on the ground, it was the architect that came to, right? It was not that came to design or mark, did the profiling on the ground before the architect, before the engineer asked all the questions before we started digging, right? So this is what you get if you work with, the production group. You have everybody on site at the same time, and that saves so much stress. So then I think this brings us to the end of the Shai Hills project. I will say episode 1. This is just the beginning. Watch out for more in 2025. And thanks for staying with me till the end of today's episode. I really do appreciate your time spent here on the channel. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next episode.